welcome back to the channel. This is a stitching colourist with Shelley Lewis. So for today's video, it is a couple of days overdue that I wanted to do this, mainly because I've been quite busy with the little ones and things that's been needed to be done throughout the house. I've been suffering a little bit with my cut back. Yeah, I really don't know what's wrong with it. Yeah, at the minute I'm at a loss at what's actually wrong with it. Yeah, I'm not even going to come in there. We'll talk about it in a minute. So I thought we would have a look at this beautiful book that I was very kindly sent to by the Belba family. So thank you so much for sending me this book for review. This is Mystery Mosaics, well, Fairies. And this is colour by number book for adults with 3mm sections. Now I've noticed some of you may have seen a flip through of this book now, so I do apologise if I'm doing it again, if you have already seen them on others' channel, but I thought for the sake of obviously this channel I thought I would still do it. So at the back of the book you have your colour tone, your colour palette, which is a 22 colour palette. Now the colour palette is the same throughout all of their other books. You get some of the samples of the fairies that are also included in the book. Now with this book I wasn't aware at first until I actually heard this book is an adaptation of their other Flower Fairies book, I think. I'm sure it is. And that is it's in my collection here somewhere, but I'm not exactly sure where. I've got it in my collection here, but here it is. So the older version, well, another version that we've got is Fairies Around Us, Stained Glass. Now I think that's an adaptation of this one, so the fairies that are in here are in there, or some of them, but we'll take a look now. We'll take a look and we'll have a read of it together. So you've got your title page, which is This Book Belongs To. I think it is, you know, because I'm sure that picture is on the front cover of the other one. Then you get your little bit about the book. So this is the 20th book from this Mystery Mosaic series. Oh gosh, I can't believe that they've got 20 out now. So, dear all, according to your mutual request, we have finally adapted for you the Fairies Around Us, Stained Glass and Magic Mosaic colour by number book for the Mystery Mosaic series. Enjoy. So yes, they have adapted that Fairies Around Us book into the Pixel one. So you have definitely met some fairies in some books. Fairies from nature as the Moon Fairy, the Forest of the Mushroom Fairy, but we are sure that you have never paid attention to the fairies who are living among us, such as Business Fairy, Party Fairy, Mother Fairy or Fashion Fairy. I'm a Mother Fairy myself. And many others. Let's get acquainted with them. Maybe you can find yourself among them. By the way, there is one fairyman. Ooh, oh, I didn't know about that. So yeah, that goes back to me saying I'm a mother fairy. So yeah, I'm the mother one. Choose the most comfortable way of colouring, the typical way. So when they say the typical way, they mean the normal block method. The dots method, where you fill each mosaic pixel square with just a dot, or one with the X's, so it's like the cross stitch style method, or there's actually another method that you can do. Some may find it a little bit harder to do, especially know how to do it, but I've been known to do a combination method, like a combination of the X method and the block method. I have been asked before how do I know where to put to separate it, and I said I really don't know. It's just that I start doing it and then it just comes to me. So It looks like the diamond painting or the No, I think there's a bit of a typing error there. I think that's meant to say stitching, but it's stitching. Anyway, colouring or a Sudoku unravelling. It is very relaxing and stress relieving with fantastic, very detailed results. There is no page with the answers as it is from the Mystery Mosaic series. So the final picture you can see only after colouring. So I prefer that in books when they don't give you the finished results at the end of the book. I like a surprise. I do. I think it's why I like doing my lines, dots and spirals as well, because I do like the surprise. For your convenience, all pages are single-sided and there is the same palette of 22 colours in all our books from the Mystery Mosaic series. Happy colouring. So on the next page you get your contents page, so it tells you each fairy which is included in the book. So I'm not going to read all of them, but you have like butterfly fairy, wedding fairy, I like that. You've got business fairy, diamond fairy, love fairy, fairy bird man, so that must be the man fairy. So, and you turn the page and you have your try your palette. Now you can cut this page out, however I don't really, to be honest, because I've just got a thing about not wanting I feel like I'm ruining my books when I start taking pages and that out, so I don't bother. I just flip back and forth and just see. But you can use these squares to test out your different markers. So yeah, as you can see, they are one-sided. Now before we show you the picture that I've done, I'm not going to do a detailed flip through throughout the book because yeah, there's not much really you can see from just a bunch of pixels. But if you've not seen them before, you have your pixels and at the bottom you have your colour palette. So if I zoom you in a bit, so at the bottom you have your colour palette. Now the colour palette that you have on each page is the colour palette throughout the book, so it's not saying that every colour on this page is actually in that picture. And then we've got the pixels themselves. Now I will have to zoom you in a bit more and it might go out of focus. So we've got all our 3mm sections there. If you're not used to doing pixel colouring books, especially ones with 3mm sections, it can look scary. I know it can. It can look really scary. However, it's actually really enjoyable. It really is, especially if you're doing the cross-stitch method. Now, some people do prefer to just do the block method because obviously you can see the picture a lot more, and I like that method myself. However, I seem to be able to do a page quicker doing an X in one of the like doing the cross stitch method throughout of them. So that's just what I personally prefer to do. So the page that I did out of here, I did the butterfly fairy, and I completed this on the 23rd of the 8th. So I don't think I didn't include this in my finished pages because I wanted to wait until I actually introduced the book to you before I showed you what I did. So yeah, this is the butterfly fairy. I absolutely loved it, and I did write at the top what kind of fairy she is. So every time, because when you do one of the fairies, it hasn't actually got the name on it, so you don't know which fairy you're doing. So when I've coloured the fairy, I will write what fairy it is at the top. So yeah, with this one I use the cross stitch method. So I'm going to zoom you in a little bit so you can see what the cross stitch method looks like. So you can see here, I used the corresponding colours, and all that I did for the cross stitch method, these blocks here were a pink colour. They were pink, so I just did a cross in all of those, in all that number there. This one where it's black was 21, 22. So all those boxes there were 22, so I did a cross in black in those boxes. It's very, very easy to do once you get the know-how, and it really does look good. As I said, it's not for everybody, and that's okay. That is really okay that it's not for everybody. Everyone has their own method and way that they prefer working in these books. I will be truthful, when I'm doing my cross stitch method on these pages, I have done them in fine liners, but however I think I prefer doing them with thicker, just normal felted pens, because with fine liners, to me it looks neat, it really does look neat, but I do have a bit of a hard time trying to make out the picture a lot more when I do use fine liners. So I have not used my fine liners in such a long time now. I really do, to be honest, need to use them, but I haven't used them lately, because to me I just feel like using like thick and normal felted pens, I can see that picture pop out a lot more. So that is the only picture that I did in that book so far, because I just wanted to get a picture done so you could see, guys, of what it looks like. So how many pages do you have throughout the book? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So there's 25 images throughout this book, which is really nice. I actually like that. And of course the black backing. I do like the black background, especially with the fairies in the black background. I think that's a nice added bonus to it. Obviously the black backing is to help minimise bleed through to the next page, but I always say do put a page blotter behind the picture that you're doing, because sometimes it does minimise it but it doesn't always stop it. So yeah, I still do advise to do that. So on the back page we've got, "We are the Belba family. Thank you for your choice. All books are made with love for people and nature. We appreciate your feedback with a small review of the book on Amazon, Facebook or Instagram," which I do actually like to do. "If you tag your coloured pages as hashtag Belba family, we share your work on our social media pages." So yeah, that is something lovely that they do when you do colour a page from their book. If you do obviously put the hashtag in Belba family, the Belba family actually repost your work on their page. So I think that's really cute. I think that's a really nice thing to do. Not to mention the colour along is still on this year, which is hashtag Belba All Year 2021, which is hosted by myself and Lisa from Lisa's Colouring Corner, to last throughout the year. So don't forget, if you do a page out of the Belba family book, to include that hashtag as well, so we can see your beautiful pictures. So you help us to make our books better. Stay safe and happy colouring. So yeah, on a whole, at the minute I couldn't say enough, to be honest, towards the Belba family. I've been with them from kind of near enough the beginning, and they have grown so much in the last couple of years. It's unbelievable. They've brought so many books out, so much enjoyable books, and yeah, I'm just happy for them, and happy they continue to grow. So you can follow them on Facebook, Instagram or Twitter. Now I do follow them on those two, but I haven't got a Twitter account. So you and your artworks inspired us to open the Belba family shop, where you can find different merch with the best designs from our books. So they have actually got a shop, On Twitter it's advertised as Belba Family Shop, or you can go on belba.redbubble.com, and they do have different merchandise with their designs on them, such as the last time when I looked there was a throw, mugs, stickers, all sorts. They could have more on there now, so it's definitely worth a look at. So at the back pages, the 2 pages of the book, it's got Try the Other Book series by the Belba family. Now I'm not going to read all of it, guys, because they do have these in all of their other books, but I'll just give you the main titles. They have the Mosaic Colour by Number Art Activity Books series, which is their earlier books. Colour by Number, a colouring version book. So they have 3 books out. No, they have 3 books out where they've got a colour by number version, and then they've got the non-colour by number version. Puzzle Colour by Number Clever Book series. So these, they do take a little bit more thinking. These do, because it's like you're solving kind of a maths problem, so to speak. It's still very enjoyable, but it does include a bit more thinking. So Stone Mosaic book series, there's 4 books out there. Free colour series, there's 3 out there at the minute. And then the biggest series is a Mystery Mosaics book series with the 3mm sections, and there's 20 now including this one. And that is your back page. And you get 2 blank pages at the back of the book, which I always find handy for, oh, I didn't know it had gone blurry like that. So I always find that handy for if you do ever want to have a look through, well, if you want to test out your different mediums, it's always handy to have. So guys, that is the end of the flip through of Mystery Mosaics Well Fairies by the Belba family. So I just want to say again, thank you so much to the Belba family for this book, for the review. I really do appreciate it. I think it's ever such a beautiful book, it really is, and it's a really, really good adaptation of the fairy colour by number version. It really is. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you haven't minded me doing the in-depth. I hope you haven't minded me waffle on. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, as I always say, please feel free to give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, then please feel free to press that subscribe button. I would love to have you here. And until next time, thank you for watching. So I'll see you again soon. Goodbye for now, guys. Bye.